Hello, my dear friends. Best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Viktor Fursov. I am a research entomologist, beekeeper, and teacher. I am taking this video a stream online translation from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. And now I am research scientist at the Institute of Zoology of National Academy of Sciences. And on this channel, I would like to show you different interesting original videos which I recorded myself in different countries, in different situations, in different localities, at the laboratory, at my kitchen, in a field, under the hot sunshine, and somewhere near the stream, near the mountains, in desert, or even in my kitchen time. And these videos are originally mounted in different small parts, and this educational video will be about parasitic insects, parasitic, predaceous insects and phytophagous insects, which are useful for biological control. Some predaceous insects like wasps, parasitic wasps, they're feeding on their hosts. They're feeding on their hosts and eating them from inside or from outside. So they can be ectoparasitoids outside or can be endoparasitoids inside. Sometimes they're searching for their prey, for their host, and lay eggs inside, or they lay parasitoids, so they lay eggs inside or on the body of host, or sometimes parasitoids lay egg on plants, on bark, on earth, and tiny larvae coming and parasitizing the host, or maybe searching for host in difficult localities, in different environments. So today we will be not only talking but also watching different insects, which I recorded in different places and different time, and alive and in the laboratory, and I will explain you who is who, how to find them, and what is the difference of them. And first of all, I want to show you why people are studying parasitic wasps as entomologists, why entomologists study parasitic wasps, and why entomologists study insects. One of the very important tasks for entomologists to find new species and to describe the biodiversity of insects. Biodiversity, different species, to study them taxonomically, systematically, and what to do. When entomologists, taxonomists found new species or new genus, entomologists describing it as a new species and making red label indicating paratypes and holotypes of this species and making special scientific description in scientific journal. Scientific journal, this is published paper which is a proof of some observations or some experiments, or just this is a proof of description of a new species for science discovered in some places, in a forest, in a river, under the bark, somewhere in a field, in agricultural area, or in steppe region, whatever you want, you can find new species for science if you are devoted scientist, if you are taxonomist. Taxonomist is searching for new species and describe it. But if you are going to the field, for sure you can find different insects. And you can recognize that their behavior is fantastically different. So let's start from the beginning to understand how different insects, how different parasitoids and predators insects as well. And who is that? This is a very big wasp. This is parasitic wasp of a family Scoliidae. This is Megascolia maculata, female with so huge mandibles, with yellow front, with black eyes, faceted eyes, two black antennae and very big mandibles. And this is a head, just the front part of a bumblebee. Bumblebee is feeding on honey and just clicking by mandibles. So unhappy bumblebee sitting in a cage, but happy because I gave for bumblebee a piece of honey and he's using his tongue for sucking honey. And this is a parasitoid. This is a huge parasitoid of a genus Megarrhiza, and he was sitting near my apartment where I'm living. I was walking nearby, I found it on a bark of tree, and this is a female. Female is just making a hard job penetrating the bark of a tree because female inserted ovipositor and trying to make a hole, find a host, and lay the egg. And these are wonderful collections of Papilionida, Parnassus species, Parnassus apollo. Majority of entomologists and amateurs enjoy very much butterflies. Butterflies are so big, so wonderful, so colorful. So you can spread their wings, you can pin it on a tiny entomological pin, put it in the collection and enjoy spots, enjoy colors, enjoy variations. But we study parasitic wasp and others. And who is this? This is a horn beetle, longicorn beetle, female. Female just also opening mandibles. And this is tiny horn beetle. No, this is small stag beetle. Dorcus, tiny Dorcus, which is very common beetle which is crawling around on streets of Kyiv in the summertime because they're emerging from the bark of tree. And this is a tiny parasitoid in comparison with the big one which was 2 centimeters. This one is just only half of millimeter. This is genus Anagrus, which is parasitizing eggs of leafhoppers. And eggs of leafhoppers are hidden, concealed inside the stem. So parasitoid is just clicking by antenna on plant, searching the egg, and then just inserting the egg inside the egg of a host. Again, this is a family Pieridae. Nice collection of butterflies. If you are an entomologist, definitely you have collected some butterflies in a childhood. When you're a child, you can see wonderful butterflies, beetles around you. And if parents are happy about it, they allow you to maintain first entomological collection. So you can be happy about it, collecting some insects, putting them on simple pins and enjoy themselves. And this is a beetle of Scarabidae family. This is a flower chaffer, just laying on the back and with some visible mites between segments. This is flower chaffer, Scarabidae. You see here small white spots between legs. Yeah, these are tiny mites. Mites are feeding on. And this is a fly. This is very funny fly. And these are very funny antennae of this fly. So, Limonide, very funny Limonide, big fly, but very helpless because has no stinging apparatus, no venom, and very, very helpless. And this is again butterflies. Nice butterflies, you can easily collect them in a forest, in a small park, and you can breed them, giving just for caterpillars some food, giving for caterpillars some plants, keeping them in a cage, and you can breed these butterflies carefully to learn their biology, to learn their life stages, how to breed them from a larva caterpillar to the nympha chrysalis and then adulthood age. Again, this funny flower chaffers. Flower chaffer enjoys crawling on the body of Dorcus stag beetles. Dorcus stag beetles are just down there, and this green flower chaffer is just enjoying crawling on the body because she's very big and active. And this flower chaffer is flying very actively in the summertime. Again, you see here, this is a Megarrhiza ICHNEUMONID flower, enchneumoniid parasitic wasp. And the most important job to clean herself. This is a female. She's cleaning with using mandibles and first legs. Firstly, she's cleaning legs, and then with legs will clean antennae and body. Antennae and body, cleaning wings, cleaning abdomen, cleaning the whole body. And these are firebugs, Pyrocorysopteros in the summertime. or just these are the first bugs which are coming in early spring with first glances of the sunshine. They're crawling around lime trees because they're phytophagous, they're feeding on some seeds, and they're also necrophagous, they're feeding on some dead bodies of dead insects and sometimes of the same species. And here we see just worker of a bumblebee with collected pollen, which is trying to escape, not very happy about it, even not happy about drop of honey. So try to escape because drop of honey is not a good idea when you are in captivity. So bumblebee is crawling around searching for the place to escape. But fortunately I gave him just her, I have her, this worker, she is female, freedom. Again we see female of a parasitic wasp, Megascolia, she is parasite, parasitic wasp, but despite she is big, this is not hornet, absolutely different from hornets, and she's not stinging usually, she's not aggressive, but she's parasitizing on the larva of a rhinoceros beetle under the roots of some trees, and dead trees as well. So this is the same species, Dorcus Lucanidae family, crawling around, searching for place how to escape from my cage. You can find them easily in a big city or in a big park in early springtime. Well, and now let's start to search for another video with parasites. This is not a parasite, but this is phytophagous insect of a superfamily Chalcididae family, Megastigmidae of previously Taurimidae, Megastigmus, seed eaters of a wild dog rose. If you collect fruits of dog rose just outside of your house, somewhere in a park or in a forest, keep it in a captivity, keep it in a plastic cage, you can receive so hundreds of this wonderful Megastigmus, and maybe even new species you can collect in your country, because it's this genus is weekly studied globally, studied in Europe, in America, in Australia, but in many countries in Africa, in South America, not studied sufficiently, and it needs to collect more material from different countries, from different localities. So collect some wild dog rose, keep it in glass cages or plastic cages, and you will receive this phytophagous wasps, which will emerge from seeds of wild rose. And this is a parasite. This is a wonderful parasite of a family Perilampidae. Nice Perilampus feeding on honey, and it's so robust, so good shape of body, just like a small ball thorax, small ball abdomen, very strong body, feeding on honey. And this is a parasite of different pupa of moths, laying egg inside the pupa, and larvae of this parasite will feed either on caterpillar or on the pupa of night moth. But I have never reared it, I collected it only by sweeping or in some traps. Not very common host and not very mass bred somewhere. You can collect it only in different traps. Quite difficult to rear it from native hosts, because the most interesting method is rearing. And these are larvae, vanilla larvae, strange larvae without head, only with some pieces on the front part. And who is this? These are larvae of flies of a family Phoridae, predaceous flies. They are feeding either on very weak insects or on dead bodies of insects. So they're usually necrophagous and sometimes phytophagous or saprophagous, feeding something rotating fruits or just rotating bodies of muscles of different insects. So they have bred here on the bodies of some wasps, or maybe on the larvae of honeybees in captivity. So I showed them so in mass group. And these larvae, they pupated, and this is a pupa of Forridifly, and strange parasitoid is just walking on this puparium, with pupa inside. And this is parasitoid of family Pteromalidae, and this is female because she is very attentive, walking around, searching with antennae something. Is it this host is suitable, fresh enough, not damaged, not visited by someone else? So, and this, if host is suitable and correct host, female will stop and penetrate the body of host with ovipositor to lay eggs. So in this case, she didn't like it. So maybe another one will be more suitable. Maybe this one is a bigger one. Maybe two individuals will develop. So better to use antennae to search, to click, to smell it, to recognize not she doesn't like it, coming back, searching for next one. But this female already recognized that this puparium is a good one. So when she's sitting on puparium and laying eggs, or try to lay eggs, it's not visible, so because size is quite small. The size of this parasite is just only 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter, very tiny. So 3 millimeter size of puparium, so egg is absolutely very small one. And she's laying egg using this tiny needle on the body, tiny needle which is exerted from ovipositor, and it's called ovipositor, which is used for egg laying inside puparium, inside the pupa. Under the strong shell of puparium, there is a very soft-shelled pupa. So that's why she's penetrating puparium and laying egg inside. Sometimes female doesn't lay egg, but she's just turning around and feeding on extracted liquid which is coming from the hole after oviposition. And here this is a larva. This is a larva which is developing inside here the host. Yes, this is not a caterpillar. So here's, you see a wonderful larva of a family Elophidae. On the right side you see the head, and then left side you see the tail. Tail is used just to mix the content of prey, because larva is sitting inside the larva of a beetle and just moving with the tail like a spoon, and using the tail like a spoon to mix the contact. And you see here even the movement of the stomach or the middle gut, or the movement of the middle gut with content inside, because she's laying inside the body and feeding with the mandibles. When through the head, content is coming to the midgut. And here this is a parasite of a family Pteromalidae, which just sticked to this white cotton on the cork of a glass. Because if you put insects in a glass jar with cotton, always insects trying to escape. So and sometimes they became sticked. They try to make hole to penetrate, to escape from a glass jar. And this one just attached to this mesh of cotton. Yeah, hello Dmitry, greetings. Yes. So it needs to be careful about insects which came to the cork and to release them, to help them. And here, this is a parasite of the family Braconidae. With, in the middle part, you see abdomen, and here this part, head and thorax. So female is grooming, cleaning antennae, cleaning first pair of legs, and using the first pair of legs for cleaning board, cleaning antennae carefully, and then using hind legs to clean them, and using hind legs and middle legs to clean ovipositor. You see here, just grooming, cleaning ovipositor top of the body, Hello, Conrad. Hello, Conrad. And then she would be using legs to clean wings carefully. And you see black spot on the wings, and it's called stigma. This place is called stigma, which is very important for flight because it's making a regulation of flight, because wings are very fragile, very fragile. It needs to make aerodynamics, correct aerodynamics, and each flying insect has a special construction, like aircraft construction for air flight. And so these are very different evolutionary trends to construct absolutely different types of aircrafts with different types of wings and different veins and different stigmas. And you see here, as I told you about dog rose, about seeds of dog rose, these are wonderful mega stigmas, just many of them, maybe 200 of them. They just hatched from seeds of the wild rose. And even some secondary parasites, one tiny small without ovipositor, these are Entomologis. They were hatching from seeds of the wild rose, dog rose. So because they are feeding inside the seeds, inside the fruit of a wild dog rose. And definitely they're sitting here in a petri dish, and they're crawling around to search how to escape. You see on the right side, this is a Entomologis, very tiny one, black one on the right side. The secondary parasitoid. And these are all females, because for megastigmus, the ratio of females and males are so different. The number of males are much less than female. And here, you have seen already this parasite, this very big parasitoid of a Megarrhiza genus. Megarrhiza, which is using so long, very long ovipositor, and size of this huge giant parasitoid is about 6 centimeters, 3 centimeters body and 3 centimeters of long ovipositor, the biggest in Ukraine, and I guess one of the biggest in Europe, from the head till the top of an ovipositor, about 6 centimeters. So this is a female with long antennae and long ovipositor. So I collected this insect just on the bark of a tree, just in time of oviposition, to the larva under the bark of tree, on old dying tree, because tree was just still already not alive, but tree was infested with horntails, sawflies living under the bark of tree, deeply inside the tree. That's why this parasite, using so long ovipositor to penetrate the bark of tree, the wood, and to find larvae of horntail deeply inside the wood, maybe 2 centimeters deeply, or even 3 centimeters under the bark of tree. You have seen this already. So this is Megarrhiza, which is cleaning her body, cleaning her first pair of legs, front legs, because the process of grooming and cleaning, using mandibles, using pulpa mandibulare, pulpa labiale, to clean the smallest pieces of dust from the body. She's cleaning it like a tiny dog, a very clever parasitoid. You see, we totally clean it. Femora, tibia, and tarsi, even claws. And then you can use this very clean legs to clean antennae, because the antennae is the most important part for hemoreception, for understanding how to find the male and how to find the host. Yeah, this is the same Megarrhiza from another point. She was sitting just on the bark of tree carefully, and she has inserted ovipositor under the bark of tree. So I have recorded it in midday. Just she was it was not possible even to touch it, to take it off, because ovipositor was inserted inside the tree, and I need to wait for a certain period of time until female just inserted inside the tree the ovipositor and then just take it off. So it took just a pretty long time, maybe 10 minutes to penetrate the bark of tree and 5 minutes to take it off. So the process is quite long, but she must be very precise. She must be very precise to find correctly the host horntail under the bark of tree in the very precise positioning, because otherwise she will not get it. She will penetrate the bark of tree, the wood, and can precisely locate the host under the bark of tree. And see, you see here there's a long stick. This is an ovipositor. Okay. And now you can subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. And here, this parasitoid, which is very funny one. She was just cleaning, grooming the wings. And this is very special CHALCID wasp. CHALCID wasp. Of the family Eucharytidae. Pretty big one, very colorful, shining, green shining colors. Oh, not very healthy because it was sitting for long time in a jar, but still grooming, cleaning the wings to escape from my jar. And this is a parasitoid of ants of Formicidae family. These female laying eggs on leaves of plants, very tiny larvae which is named Nauplius. Nauplius are coming. Larvae are movable. Larvae is very tiny, moving around. They're searching for ants, and together with ants, like small mites, they attach to the mites, and mites are coming with them to their nest, and they're finding larvae and pupa of ants inside the nest and parasitize them. So very clever biological strategy how to find host, precisely ants, to move to the ants nest together with workers of ants. And here we can recognize different families just laying inside the ethanol, inside alcohol, 70% alcohol, for laboratory research for sorting different families. See, you can see here the family Eulophidae family, elongated body, 2 spots on wings, big marginal vein, big radial vein. And again, the family Eulophidae, long segmented funiculus of antennae, yellow color, very wonderful Eulophidae tetrastichine subfamily, tetrastichine subfamily, with parapsidal lines on the thorax and abdomen as well here. Yellow colored head, antennae, and big eyes, big facet eyes. Again, the family Eulophidae, yellow colored female. Here, this is also Eulophidae, so this is a sample of different genera of Eulophidae in majority, but not only them, different families. Here, wings. These are males with segmented antennae, very special shape of antennae. Again, Eulophidae family. Also Eulophidae, yellow head with facet eyes, body, and antennae, long metasoma or abdomen. So this is a sample of collected insects. And here you can recognize the last but not the least, some insects which are very tiny and widely bred all around the world. These are parasites, parasitoids to be precise, of a family Trichogrammatidae. This is Trichogramma, tiny parasitic wasp, and they are egg parasitoids of different caterpillar or different butterflies and night moths. So they're egg parasitoids. These tiny parasitoids, they have a size 0.5 millimeter, just half of millimeter, very tiny. They are widely bred in different biological laboratories for biological control purpose, to release them in the field against different agricultural pests like mice, caterpillar, mice, moths, different night moths. And here they rear it they hatched from eggs and were crawling in a glass pot. And here with bigger magnification, you should recognize that these big wasps on a screen, which looks like a big, but in reality they're very tiny, just half of millimeter. A very tiny here, very big magnification of microscope to show them. You can see here, this is a male with blackish top of abdomen and long antennae, male again, and others yellowish color here with a male, and others they are females. And here probably the species, yes, this is a species Trichogramma dendrolemi, yellow colored culture of this species, then Trichogramma dendrolemi. So many females. In this sample, the number of males are very low. You see, so many females of Trichogramma dendrolemi, which are feeding, which larvae are feeding on the larvae of moths. So here, these are eggs of butterflies, and female is ovipositing. Again, very happy moment, oviposition of Trichogramma inside the egg of butterfly. So female was searching for egg, understand the egg is suitable, and here she's touching with top of her body, top of abdomen, and here she's inserted ovipositor inside the egg of butterfly, and she's laying egg. She's just making such special shape, positioning. Now just putting the stick, which is named ovipositor, inside the egg, penetrating the shell of the egg to lay eggs inside the egg of a host. So quickly laid and searching for new one. I guess here either eggs of Cytotroga or eggs of Ephestia. Probably here bigger eggs of Ephestia. In other laboratory, reared butterfly, which is used for breeding these parasitoids in laboratory. Some hosts, like butterflies, like some moths, are widely used for breeding in laboratory. Moths are laying groups of eggs, and these eggs are used for breeding new generation of parasitoids, new generation of egg parasitoids, Trichogramma, in laboratory for study biology, for study of the features of behavior, and for releasing them in laboratory experiments to recognize how they are effective, how they parasitize native species of moths in field conditions, in orchards, in gardens, on different agricultural crops. So that's why they have been bred in laboratory for different purposes, for different scientific purposes. And here the males and females were mating inside the glass jar, and the females are laying eggs on proposed eggs for oviposition. So far so good. Thank you for your attention. I guess you have seen something interesting in these different videos from different countries, by the way, from different localities, which have been recorded in different situations, in a field, in laboratory, under the microscope, because objects like trichogram are very tiny. You have recognized 0.5 millimeter, which is the smallest here in this video, and the biggest one was 6 centimeters, megarrhiza, 6 centimeters, and the parasitic wasp Megascolia maculata, also pretty big, the same size, but very fat and very big. Megascolia maculata is even just much stronger than megarrhiza. Megarrhiza is very thin, very tiny, very slender parasite, and it cannot sting. But Megascolia can sting if you are not attentive. If you touch Megascolia on the abdomen, Megascolia will sting. If you do not touch Megascolia on the body, Megascolia is very much afraid of entomologists and amateurs. Megascolia is flying very quickly and escape after 1 second escaping very quickly. She's flying very quickly, despite so big size. Megarrhiza is flying also pretty good. She is slender but flying very far away on a high way somewhere over the trees. I tried to catch sometimes Megarrhiza, but few females escaped successfully from entomologists, escaped from me, because I was not attentive, so I came very carefully to the tree. I was searching for Megarrhiza, and when I tried to catch it, she was flying away very quickly, despite her very big size, 6 centimeters, and absolutely helpless positioning, because Megarrhiza, parasitoid, ICHNEUMONID family, not stinging at all, not stinging. Megarrhiza not stinging, but be careful. Still, if you do not know who is wasp, who is bee, do not touch insect and do not take it in hands without attention. Wasps sometimes stinging, so be careful about wasps. Be careful about small bees, because they are also stinging. If you have kind of allergy, it can be dangerous for some people. Allergy is just a big irritation, swollen some parts of the body. Be careful about bees, be careful about wasps, and be attentive about parasitoids. You can find a lot of interesting in their biology, in their behavior. And be careful about insects. Do not catch all of them for collection. Take some videos and enjoy photos as well. Post them on Facebook, on some social medias, and if you have some interest, you can share this video with me. I can show it your videos on my channel, just for fun, for curiosity. If you have some videos, you can send them on my email, ask me about it, and I can show your story on my video. And this is my email. If you have some questions, or you have some proposals about which insects are interesting for you, or if you have collected some parasitoid and you are interested to know who is who, if you are interested in identification. In identification, who is who. I am taxonomist, I can help you in the identification of the parasitoids, or maybe another phytophagous insects, which can come sometimes even to your kitchen, not only to the garden or to orchard. But if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask and write your questions and ask. So, thank you very much for interest, for attention. Don't forget, Ukraine is fighting for independence and freedom. Ukraine forever. Be careful about wasps. Good luck and see you soon on my channel. Visit my stream and visit my Patreon page as well. You know what means Patreon for sponsors. Link is down there. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye. See you soon on my channel. Good luck. Bye bye.